As Eric mentioned earlier, this is not just a Catholic issue, but I do come to you from the diocese. And so I want to start with a quote from Archbishop Lori, who many of you know has recently joined us here in Baltimore. And some of you may also know happens to be the chairman of the Ad Hoc Committee on Religious Freedom for the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops. So we're blessed in Baltimore to both have him as our new Archbishop and also be sort of a seat of religious liberty for the country. So I'll start with a quote from Archbishop Lori from the Mass marking his installation in May. He said, we defend religious liberty because we are lovers of every human person. Seeing in the face of every man and woman also the face of Christ, who loved us to the very end of his earthly life, and who still calls on us to love and serve our neighbor with the same love he has bestowed on us. We do this because Archbishop John Carroll's generation of believers and patriots bequeathed to us a precious legacy that has enabled the Church to worship in freedom, to bear witness to Christ publicly, and to do massive and amazing works of pastoral love, education, and charity in ways that are true to the faith that inspired them in the first place. Our freedom of religion is not just the freedom to worship in our churches on Sunday mornings. We want to be here. We want to be on the sidewalk outside of abortion facilities. We want to be praying in public, praying in Annapolis, praying wherever we want to pray, and serving wherever we want to serve. We are guaranteed that right as our first freedom. So, the bishops have come together and initiated, like I said, what is, I guess, technically a Catholic initiative, but is for all believers and non-believers, really, just the freedom to practice our faith. It's called the Fortnight of Freedom. It begins June 21st and ends July 4th, and Christians across the country will join in fervent prayer for religious liberty, which is now under attack. At the close of the fortnight at noon on July 4th, church bells across the state will ring, and I was with Archbishop just this week, and he said, okay, he hopes to make a ruckus with our church bells. I think it's just kind of an exciting way to close the fortnight. But for the kickoff, Archbishop Lori, because of his chairmanship and also Baltimore being the seat of religious liberty, he's celebrating the national kickoff right here in Baltimore at the historic Basilica on Cathedral Street. It's 7 p.m. on Thursday, June 21st. Everyone is invited. There's no invitation needed. It'll be streamed live on EWTN and also on our website.
Keep that information in short.
Yeah. Okay. So I've heard there was noise difficulty. So June 21st, 7 p.m. at the Basilica. No invitation is needed. It's the kickoff liturgy, the national kickoff liturgy. There's parking in the garage on Franklin Street, just up the block from the Basilica of the Assumption on Cathedral Street, and everyone is welcome. We want to fill the church. Following that opening mass, there are regional events throughout the state, at least one every day, from Cumberland to Severna Park, Ellicott City, Rosedale, all over, but there are several right here in Howard County and West Baltimore County. I'll just mention a few, though many more will be added probably over time, because most parishes and churches are wanting to participate in this. The first is a holy hour for religious freedom on the first Friday, June 22nd, at Our Lady of Perpetual Help. The second is St. Louis and Clarksville is hosting a holy hour with Taizé Chant on Tuesday the 26th. St. John the Evangelist right in Columbia is having an educational event on Thursday the 28th. And the fortnight is all about prayer and education. Prayer is obviously the most important, but so many people misunderstand this issue of religious liberty. We're misled by, the television, a lot of what we read, or misled clearly by our government as to what religious liberty means, and so education is such an important element as well. The final event in this area so far is a Mass at St. Charles Borromeo in Pikesville on Saturday the 30th. But there is a calendar of events online at archbalt.org/fortnightforfreedom that will be continually updated as new things are added and with details. Also there, you'll find a lot of prayer and education resources. There are small group study for families to focus on during the fortnight, videos that show the legal side, a lot of things. Actually, we have a lot of Becket Fund videos up on our website that we're linking to, and several other resources that you can find there if you want to learn more or share them with others. At the conclusion of the fortnight, in addition to the bells ringing all over, there's a live telecast Mass down at the National Shrine in DC at 12:10. Again, all are welcome. Cardinal Donald Wuerl will be the celebrant, and Archbishop Shapu of Philadelphia will preach the homily. So please join us, well, always, but also during this fortnight, especially during this fortnight,